Realtors, how many deals have you lost because a loan officer told your client that they don't qualify? One of the biggest frustrations I hear from agents is this: the loan officer gave up before even asking the right questions. Today I want to share a few real-world stories, including one where a client just had 6 months of self-employment income, but we still were able to get the deal done. This isn't only about creativity. It's also about knowing the full mortgage playbook, knowing all the guidelines inside and out. And it's about making sure that you, the agent, are partnered with someone who always finds a way. The truth is, too many loan officers are quick to say no, especially when the borrower isn't textbook perfect. Low credit, self-employed, no W-2, non-traditional income, you name it. But just because something doesn't fit in the big box lender world doesn't mean it's not possible. And when a loan officer gives up, you lose time, you lose trust, and potentially the entire deal. Let me give you an example that happened. I had a client who had just gone self-employed 6 months prior. He had great credit, was putting over 30% down, but another lender told his agent, sorry, he's got to wait 2 years. There's nothing they can do. And to be honest, that's just not true. If you're self-employed in the same line of work as you were before you were self-employed, and you have a year of tax returns, there are options even under conventional guidelines. But in this case, we didn't have the full year yet. So here's what we did instead. We leveraged a program that allows you to buy a primary residence with no income verification. It's a higher risk, yes. Rates and costs are going to be higher on this type of loan, but the client really wanted that house. It was under market value in the right district and perfect for his family. We closed. 6-7 months later, once he filed his taxes and showed 12 months of business history, we refinanced into a conventional loan, lower rate, lower payment. He still had his house. He didn't have to bid or potentially lose it from before. And in 10 years, he's not even going to think about the extra cost. Instead, he's going to be thanking us for getting us into his home. Another time, I had a borrower who was self-employed, and while he made a lot of money, he wrote off a lot on taxes. On paper, he didn't qualify for the home he wanted to in California. But during our conversations, he mentioned he had a trust that he was collecting income from, and that right there was the key. Once we verified that income coming from the trust and we added it to his file, boom, qualified. Deal saved. So once again, it's not always about having exotic loan programs, even though that helps. Sometimes it's just knowing how to ask better questions and understanding how the guidelines truly work. Here's the thing. I have access to 270 lenders, and that opens the door to all kinds of creative financing solutions. A few examples you may not hear about every day: DSCR loans, which are perfect for investors. You don't need income. Property qualifies on cash flow, the rent coming in. We have bank statement loans, which are perfect for self-employed borrowers who write off a lot off their taxes. We have no income primary loans. High down payment, good credit, you can do it. Asset depletion or trust income, like we said before, could be used for clients who may not have normal W-2 income, but they still have the means. These and other programs exist, which I've highlighted in a previous video, but you need a loan officer who knows how to use them the right way. So why does this matter to you, the agent? Well, because a loan officer who doesn't know these options is costing you deals. You deserve a partner who knows products, understands guidelines, and get creative when it counts. Not someone who just throws their hands up and say, not possible, call me back later. If you've ever been told that a deal was dead, please give me a call. There's a good chance it's not. Let's work together to help more of your clients close and grow your business while we're at it.